So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Myself Archishman Chatterjee, and at today's class I want to discuss the three topics of combustion and flame chapter. The first topic is firefighting. First topic is firefighting and second is fire extinguisher, which is a bit similar to firefighting. Firefighting. Now, let's come to the second part is fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. Now, the third and the last topic is types of combustion. Types of combustion. Yeah, these three topics we are going to discuss in today's video. So this is the English version of the combustion and flame chapter, which I am going to discuss in English. Now let's come to the first topic. Now the first topic is firefighting. Small fire in a gas stove to cook food is useful, whereas fire and electrical equipment is harmful. See, fire which is very useful to us with cooking foods and all, but it's harmful to us when we use in electric. Suppose in a building some electric occurs happens, and the full building is not full building, fifth or sixth floor is under fire. Then what will you do? A maximum person will throw water to extinguish that fire, but no, this is the wrong technique. These two topics, fire extinguisher and firefighting, these things are not for getting marks. This is for getting knowledge, getting the right knowledge and to use in the right place. Now, what will you do? Why we won't use the water in case of electrical fire? Because water is a good conductor of electricity, and it will just, the persons which are inside that fifth or sixth floor, they will get electric shock and die. I'm getting this electric shock. Some person in that volt electric shock means they are dead. Right? I mean coming close to death. Now, in case of that, we will use carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. In case of electrical fire, we will use CO2 extinguisher. Now why? In your mind this question can come. Why? We can use water. But as I said, the presence of that building, the persons which are present in that building, well, people which are present, they will die because of electrical shock. But we will use CO2. Why? What is the reason behind using the CO2 extinguisher rather than water? I've give the reason because why we don't use water, but what is the reason behind we will use this? Why? This question can come in your mind. Now the answer is CO2 is heavier than fire. It will sediment the fire in a quick manner, and CO2 is not a conductor of electricity also. CO2 is not an insulator, not conductor, or you can say insulator in a way. So that's why we will use carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Sometimes you have seen in hospitals and schools carbon dioxide fire extinguisher is there for emergency purposes. Now, firefighting. What is firefighting? The process of controlling soon as possible. The process of controlling and extinguishing the unwanted fire is called fire extinguishing. Extinguishing the unwanted fire is known as extinguishing or fire extinguishing. Those fires which we don't need or not helpful for us, that we will extinguish it. That process is known as fire extinguishing. Let me tell you the definition. The process of controlling. This definition you can just remember because I have also remembered this. I just remember because of purpose of exams. This exam, this question can come in your exam, so that's why I remember. So the answer is the process of controlling. The process is not so big, it's easy. The process of, but if you write in this format which I am writing, is really hard. I mean, it looks like I'm writing one page and it looks like I'm writing a ton of pages. So the process of controlling and extinguishing the unwanted fire and extinguishing the unwanted, just a minute, the unwanted, oh my bad, unwanted fire. This process is known as fire extinguishing. So, in case of electrical fire, what will you use? Carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Okay, let's come to the combustion part. We have covered the extinguished firefighting part and the fire extinguisher part. Those are, I said that those are same, but I just divided in the topics. Now, one thing also I just need to say that in case of fire is there, then how will you protect the person who is taking care of the fire victims? Suppose someone is caught by fire. Now, how will you save him? You can just save him by putting him on water, or you can just get a blanket and cover him up. After covering the blanket in 10 seconds, the fire will extinguish and the person will be safe. So these are the some tips which you can use if any person is getting on the fire. These are just some interesting tips. That's it. Now, let's come to the main topic, types of combustions. The main topic, which is very essential for your board only. Types of combustion. Types of combustion. There are 3 types of combustions. What are they? Let's discuss. There are 3 types. One is rapid combustion. Number 2 is spontaneous combustion. Now I will explain this 3 formats and the different types of ways. Now the first one is rapid combustion. Rapid. Now I think you are getting an idea with the name of this combustion, rapid combustion. Rapid. Next is spontaneous combustion. I don't think so you are getting some idea with this name also, because I haven't get an idea. Because spontaneous combustion is what you're thinking is an uncommon name, and second of all it's a bit different thing. But it's easy. Now spontaneous combustion. spontaneous. And the third one is explosion. Explosion. Now let's discuss each topic. Now, the first one, come to the first one. Rapid combustion. What is the definition of rapid combustion? The definition of rapid combustion is a type of combustion reaction in which a combustible substance burns rapidly, producing a large amount of heat and light in short period of time. This is known as rapid combustion. A type of combustion reacts in which a combustible substance burns rapidly, producing a large amount of heat. Example. This example we can take is burning LPG. In cooking gas, you've seen your mother or your cook that he or she take a lighter. She take a, suppose we are considering our mother. She take a lighter and come to the close to the stove, and she light the lighter, and suppose in a minute or in a second, the stove, the burner burns out a blue colored fire. That's LPG. Blue colored fire means LPG. Suppose means suddenly the things comes out, the fire comes out. Now that is known as rapid combustion. Means your mother gives the heat and like suddenly it comes out. Means your mother just touched it and it comes out. Just in a second she touched it and see, this combustion takes. So this type of combustion is known as rapid combustion. And also lighting a matchstick. And this combustion example, let me write. If you want, you can just take a note also. These notes helps a lot. In case of mine, I am just saying these types of notes help me a lot when revising before exams. So the examples of rapid combustion is matchstick, matchsticks, or gas, burning gas. These are rapid, means just when you get close to the fire and it gets lighted up. This type of combustion is known as rapid combustion. But a combustible substance is involved in this rapid combustions. Without a combustible substance, rapid combustion wouldn't take. See, suppose we are burning a gas oven. We need a matchstick or lighter. These two are combustible substances. We have discussed the type combustible substance in the last video, combustible and non-combustible. Now let's come to the spontaneous. Now the definition of spontaneous is a type of combustion reacts in which a combustible substance burns on its own without the help of any external heat. So spontaneous combustion is a combustion which doesn't need anyone help to get combustion. It can get himself lighted up in a own manner. It's a combustion. It can be happen anytime on its own. No external or help of any combustible substance is needed. Now some example. What is the example? Burning of white phosphorus. If you keep some white phosphorus, if suppose suddenly you can see it's burning without any external heat, no one just lighted it. Why? Because in the metal and non-metal chapter, we have read the reaction table, reaction part. Now this reaction, this white phosphorus reacts with the air or oxygen, you can say, atmospheric oxygen, and lights it and combustion takes place. Example is white phosphorus. White phosphorus. Burning of white phosphorus with air or O2, you can say. Now let's come to the, and spontaneous also produces heat and light. Produces, in case of rapid also produce heat and light. In case of this also produce heat and light. Now let's come to the explosion part. Explosion combustion. Now explosion combustion is an interesting thing. Let's come to the first definition part. A type of combustion reaction in which combustion occurs suddenly with the evolution of large amount of gases, heat and light, and sound is known as explosion. Now, in case of explosion combustion, we need the external heat. But where you have seen in case of this rapid and spontaneous, heat and light is produced. But in case of, see, in case of spontaneous or heat and light. But in case of explosion, only, let me write, produce heat, obviously heat, because fire lights up, heat obviously, light and sound. The explosion, let me give an example, it will easier to understand. Example is firecrackers. In Christmas, not Christmas, in Diwali and all, firecrackers, right? In firecrackers, we need an external heat in case of lighting a firecracker, but it produces heat, light. When you light a firecracker, you can see it from further, it produces light, heat obviously, if you go close to them, you will get a heat. And sound also, like in explosion part, it produces sound, right? Yeah, this is known as explosion combustion. Example is firecracker. Firecracker. Now these are the three types of combustions: rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosion combustion. These three are main types of combustion which is important. And this was the last video of combustion topic. After this next video, I will discuss the flame part. Flame, how flame is occurs, what is structure of flame and all. Flame, what is flame? Innermost zone, outermost zone, middle zone. Suppose flame means take candle and all. So it has three zones: innermost zone, middle zone, outer zone, or you can say least hot zone, moderately hot zone, or hottest part of a flame, which is known as outer zone. We will discuss in the next video. But till then, stay tuned. If you like that video, please like and share with your friends. And if you want these types of videos further, please consider subscribing. It gives me some energy to make a new and interesting videos. Thank you very much.